It's spooky season, so let's have some fun while I organize this crazy pantry of mine. So today we will be ranking all Disney princesses, including Raya and excluding Anastasia, I promise. But I'm in the mood to organize this pantry too, because mama's gotta do what mama's gotta do. Hi, Busy Bees. It's Mommy Leandra, or should I say Anastasia, the newest Disney princess? Come for the rankings and stay for this magical transformation. Let's get to it. A lot of these princess rankings are highly influenced by my millennial perspective and the overall vibe each one gives me because that's just the mood I'm in. If you want a more detailed breakdown of every princess when I'm not cleaning like Cinderella, let me know in the comments below. Number 15, Aurora. Some like her pink and some like her blue. She's a Disney fashion icon and she has one of the most classic opponents, Maleficent. I know Sleeping Beauty stans are going to come at me in the comments, but she literally says fewer than 20 lines in her own self-titled movie. I want to sleep and get credit too, honestly. Number 14, Raya. Don't get it twisted, I love me some Raya in The Last Dragon. My son requests this the second most on Disney Plus, more on that later, but I think it's because it's new. But Raya is not an official member of the Disney Princess Squad yet, but I feel she earns this spot above Aurora simply for her motivation to see her father again and her journey that leads to Kamandra, which is literally my favorite word now. But her backstory just moved really fast, and like I said, she's not officially a member of the Princess Squad yet anyway. Number 13, Merida. I know. She is headstrong. She is absolutely beautiful. Hashtag curls for days. And she is, well, brave. I think with time, Merida will definitely go up in my rankings. She is simply this low because as a millennial, she just really doesn't have significance in my Disney journey. I mean, she is from the other studio, right? I appreciate her film's place in the Pixar theory, and the film deserves to be called Merida, I feel, instead of Brave. The Scottish representation is very cool, and her little brothers are just so cute. I have only seen the movie twice, and I've seen all the others more than 10 times. I know that's totally subjective, but it's a rankings list, Busy Bees. Number 12, Snow White. I think Snow White was one of the first Disney movies I ever saw besides Fantasia. Her story has stood the test of time and is based on a German fairy tale that was around way longer than the Disney version. And for that, she's gotta get some props. Her iconic Disneyness has more to do with the seven dwarves, though, than the princess herself. Her singing voice creeps me out a bit, but her buddies definitely make up for it with their absolute bops, Whistle While You Work and Hi Ho. Guys, this list gets super rough from here on out, so please let me know in the comments below how you would rank everyone. So number 11, Anna. I actually really like Anna. She will do anything for her big sis and her kingdom. She is funny as all get out, and all of her songs are hits. She snagged a stand-up guy in Kristoff and has one of the best sidekicks in Disney history. She's only this low on the list because she is one half of a powerful sister duo, and a lot of these princesses can stand alone in their own right. She really does depend a lot on Elsa to create her motivation and everything else going on in the movies. I know, I'm sorry. Geez, I am really struggling with these sun-dried tomatoes right here. Okay, let's get back to the list. Number 10, Rapunzel. A lot of millennials grew up with strong-willed parents, so I think a lot of you can relate with pining to explore the outside world away from it all. And by the way, I am not calling my mom a villain. She is an absolute queen. But anyway, Rapunzel is creative. Like, she can literally do anything because of all the time she had. She looks amazing with any hairstyle, and Mandy Moore's voice is that of an angel. Rapunzel's dreams and backstory are simply inspiring, and every time I see a lantern, I think of Rapunzel. So good job, Disney, on that. Honestly, I feel that Frozen is the lesser movie of the two, but a hit is a hit, so it is what it is. Rapunzel is lower than the other princesses we have left simply because the others either have better soundtracks, honestly, have a more historical importance, or have stories that just tug at my heartstrings a tad bit more. Number 9, Pocahontas. Oof, that little girl version of myself is screaming at me right now. But there are new princesses bumping these icons down. Pocahontas has the best collective solos of any Disney princess. Colors of the Wind and Just Around the River Bend are everything. She really stands out in her own film. When you think of other Disney princesses, you tend to think of all of the characters, the setting, the everything. But, you know, Pocahontas has John Smith, the hottie Cocoam, her cutie patootie sidekicks, her grandmother Willow. But simply put, she is the most memorable of the entire crew. And her story is very, very, very different from the real history. But, you know, Pocahontas is still a standout Disney princess. Absolutely love these containers. I got them from Target. They're the OXO containers. I don't know if it's like OXO or OXO, whatever, but I absolutely love them. They're perfect for storing everything. I think a little bit later in the video, I also have me storing cereal in them. They really keep everything very, very fresh. Number 8, Cinderella. I did at first want to bump Cinderella down to like a 9 or a 10, but she deserves to at least be in the top half. Hardcore Disney fans really appreciate Cinderella's place in Disney's history, and she does have an entire castle dedicated to her and her story. When a clock strikes midnight, we all think of Cinderella. She is the classic rags to riches story, and her story is always relevant no matter the decade. But let's be honest, it's also the classic damsel in distress situation. So the last point is slowly starting to wear down. Her fairy godmother makes us all feel like anything is possible, and I really, really loved that live action version with Brandy. It's lively and is an important part of my own millennial childhood. Number 7, Belle. This one hurts my heart so, so bad, and I'm sure my sisters too. In my heart of hearts, Belle is number 1, but I have to consider the major Stockholm syndrome going on in her movie, and I have to weigh the contributions of the 6 princesses that are ranked higher than she is. My favorite songs are in this movie, period, but that's the entire cast collectively, not just Belle. Her outfits are so iconic, and every little girl in the 90s had a Belle Halloween costume. Belle is highly intelligent, she is selfless and empathetic. She definitely deserves to be in the top half of this list, and to be blunt, the top half of any of your lists too. Okay, I better see a lot of Belles down below. Number 6, Elsa. I cannot believe I put Elsa above Belle, but she deserves this spot, if not higher. This princess, now queen, with the help of her sister Anna, has taken Disney into a new era. Let It Go is the new part of your world, and I literally cried the first time I heard the song in theaters. Elsa has inspired millions of kids around the world to follow their dreams and to not be afraid to be their true selves. And she's equal parts sass and elegance, and is only lower than the others because their overall stories are better than hers. I mean, in my opinion, obviously. Number 5, Moana, Moana, Moana. If I made this video a year ago, honestly, a couple months ago, maybe, I would have put her at least 2 spots lower. But she has absolutely grown on me. The Lin-Manuel Miranda soundtrack carries the film, but Moana as a character transforms over the course of an hour and a half or so. She forms genuine bonds with everyone she meets, including that creepy crab dude. Her personality is infectious. She has an entire kingdom to save and accomplishes her goal and more. I recently went to the Magic Kingdom's new show, Enchantment, for the 50th anniversary, and how far I'll go just like hit me harder, like, dang Moana. She's been telling me and I just wasn't listening. We're halfway done with the pantry and we have 4 princesses left on this list. It was so hard picking the order. And what is that in my hand? Number 4, Ariel. My entire life, Ariel has been my number 1. And when I say number 1, I mean like number 1, number 1. Like by a mile. That's how much Disney brainwashed me as a kid with The Little Mermaid. But I'm going to lock her into this number 4 spot. When I think of Disney, she is the face I see first in my head. And when I think of Ariel, I think of fun, adventure, rebellion, freedom, romance, drama, like all of it at the same time. She has the most fun sidekick crew and one of the best foes. She's a young teen that's up against what seems like the entire land and sea. She has an idea and she just goes with it with no hesitation. And I am also so stinking excited for the Disney live action remake. So Ariel, that's my number 4, guys. Number 3, Tiana. Tiana is Independent, and I'm here for it. I went my entire childhood not seeing a Disney princess that looked like me, so naturally I looked up to other princesses of color like Pocahontas, Jasmine, and Mulan. Then in my 20s, Tiana entered from stage right and lived up to any expectation I had ever had or didn't even know I had. She takes risks, she makes her own decisions, and has a really fun personality. Soundtrack for The Princess and the Frog is thebomb.com, and the movie is set in one of the best cities on this planet Earth. All the characters feel so real too. And I'm sure you've heard this before, but my only qualm is that she is a frog for half the movie. I know it's a part of the plot, but she has very little screen time in her true form. Number 2, Mulan, my warrior princess. Before I get into the princess herself, I must say that I am highly influenced by the single most influential track of my childhood, Reflection by Christina Aguilera. Okay, moving on. Mulan saved an entire nation from the Huns while being under the guise of a man, and then as her true bad behind self. So, like, she is one of a handful of Disney princesses who truly is not a damsel in distress. Mulan had a mission and followed through. The end. The only reason why she is not number 1 on this list is because I feel that if it weren't for Mushu and Cricky helping to bring out her personality and inner thoughts, we may not have gotten to know her as well as we know her. Number 1, you guessed it, Jasmine. When I was a child, Ariel, the non-princess Esmeralda, and Princess Jasmine were my trifecta. Jasmine is not afraid to go out of her comfort zone. She yearns to explore and does it. She's beautiful, funny, and she has an endearing father and a protective sidekick. Let me know in the comments down below if you also wanted a tiger named Raja when you were a kid. Her fashion sense is always on point. She stands up for herself and for those she loves. She has the perfect balance of energies and calls people out when need be, even Aladdin. Jasmine has her flaws, just like the other princesses in this ranking, but I tend to overlook them because I feel she is the one princess who actually would inspire the other princesses. All right, all done. So do you agree? You gotta let me know in the comments if you haven't already. So this is my official ranking. And you know they change all the time. So let's see that pantry. Ta-da! Thanks for keeping me company. And if you have any questions about anything I did and any decisions I made while organizing the pantry, I would be happy to answer them down below. And I am just really happy to take this me time for myself and, you know, do these YouTube videos for you guys. It's really good for my mental health, and I hope that I can, you know, inspire you kind of sort of like the princesses inspire us to really do what we want to do while doing the things that need to be done as well. As you can see, I am mostly gluten-free and most definitely dairy-free. If you see anything that has dairy, it is definitely for my kids and not for me. So if you'd also like to see what I have in my fridge, I may just have another spooky treat for you coming up in the next couple weeks. So make sure you have subscribed and liked this video if it put a smile on your face or motivated you to organize your pantry. I'm Mommy Leandra, and remember, I care.